Hello everyone, ang topic natin ngayon is about semiconductors. Okay? So ano ba pag sinabi nating semiconductors? Okay, so ang pinaka basic idea dito is semiconductors are not good as the metals, as electrical conductors. Okay? They are not as good as metals, as the metals, as electrical conductors. So tatandaan nyo as electrical conductor. Okay, so ganyan na lang. Okay, so they are not. So they are not as good. So tatandaan nyo, they are not as good as the metal as electrical conductors, but they are not. Okay, not insulator. Not insulators. Okay, so yun yung pinaka-basic na idea ng isang semiconductors. Okay, not as good as the metals, but they are not insulators. Okay, so meron tayong din tinatawag na conductors. So bigyan ko pa kayo ng po pwede nating ma-differentiate. Okay, so yung stem conductors, semiconductors. Okay, so sorry. And insulators. Okay, so kagaya ng sinabi ko, they are not good. They are not as good as the metal as electrical conductors, but they are not insulators. Okay, so kung ibig sabihin, parang nasa gitna lang siya, no? Okay, so eto kasing conductors, ang pagbabasehan natin yung pinaka atomic niya, no? So having less than 4 valence electrons. Ito namang si insulators is having more than 4 valence electrons. Okay, so si conductor is less than, si insulator is more than. So si conductor is having 4 valence electrons. Okay, so itong valence electrons, itong valence electrons natin. So ang ibig sabihin niyan is this value is the number of electrons in an incomplete outermost shell. So incomplete outermost shell. Okay? So paano ba ang ibig sabihin yan? So example tayo sa semiconductors natin. So palalabasin natin yung 4 valence electrons. So nasa having 4 valence electron daw. So yung valence electron natin is yung pinaka-outermost shell, ano? So, an incomplete outermost shell. Okay, so, for example, sa semiconductors natin, ang pinaka-common materials dyan is silicon and germanium. Okay, so sa silicon natin, examples, meron tayong, ito, yung pinaka-atom niya, no? So, sa gitna, sabihin natin, ito ay silicon. Okay, so, ang atomic number ng silicon is 14. So, ibig sabihin, ganito yan. So, ito yung tinatawag na first shell natin. Kasunod, sa mga shell natin. So, sa unang shell, ang ilalagay natin dyan is, yung unang ilalagay dyan na number is 2. Okay, so may formula kasi tayo niyan eh. Ang formula niyan is 2n raised to 2. So, where n is the shell number. Okay, so sa unang shell, so 1. So, unang shell natin yan. So, equivalent yan sa 2. So, ibig sabihin, ang ilalagay nating sa unang shell is 2 lang. So, 2. So, 2 lang dapat dyan. So, meron na tayong 2. So, sa next is 2 times 2 raised to 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So, ibig sabihin, 8 yung ilalagay natin dito. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, dito is i-add natin na to. 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. So, since yung atomic number is 14, so meron pa tayo natitirang 4. Kasi 14 minus 10 is equal to 4. So, ito yung pinaka outermost shell natin, ano? Kasi 14 lang naman yung atomic number, ano? So, ibig sabihin, yung natitira is dito natin lalagay 4. Pero sa kasunod niya is yung outermost, yung third shell natin is, ang ilalagay dyan is yung 2, 3 times 3 is 9 times 2 is 18. So, 18 yung ilalagay mo dyan nakasunod. So, since ang atomic number lang naman is 14, at ang pinaka natitira na lang is 4. So, ibig sabihin, ilalagay natin is 4. So, kung mapapansin nyo, dito sa ating pinaka-balance electrons natin is 4. So, ibig sabihin, semiconductor siya. Okay? So, next example, sa germanium. Okay? So, germanium, ang atomic number niya is 32. So, again, ang una is 2 para sa first shell natin. Kasunod is 8. So, sunod is 18. So, ilan na yan? 2 plus 8 is 10. 10 plus 18 is 28. So, since ang atomic number ng germanium is 32, so may natitira pa tayong 4. So, plus 4 is 32. Okay, so ibig sabihin dito is ilalagay mo dito. So, ito ay ano na, germanium na to. Okay, ito dagdagan natin ng 4. I mean, 4 to, dagdagan natin ng 14, ano? So, dadagdagan natin ito ng 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, next, yung next shell niya is 4 na lang ilalagay natin. 3, 4. So, 2 plus 8 plus 18 plus 4 is equal to 32. So, germanium, so having 4 valence electrons is semiconductors. Now, kapag less than 4, so ibig sabihin conductors yun. Now, kapag more than 4, ibig sabihin insulators yun. Okay? So, yun ang ating semiconductors. So, next thing is the p-n junction. Okay? Okay, bigyan ko kayo ng pinaka-itsura ng ating uh, semiconductors devices natin, yung p-n junction natin. Okay? Okay, so dito sa part na to is ito yung p-type natin. Then the other part, ito yung n-type natin. So sa n-type natin, dito yung mga free electrons. Then yung sa ating p-type, andito naman yung mga free charges na, or yung free holes natin. Free holes. So itong semiconductor materials na pinakita ko, ano, with a thin junction between layers of p-type and n-type. So meron siyang uh, with a thin junction. Okay, so thin junction between layers of p-type and n-type form in a single crystal. Okay, so ito yung pinaka example natin, ano. So ito yung junction natin between layers of p-type and end time. Okay, so tatandaan nyo, itong junction na to is only an electrical boundary between the P and N semiconductors. Okay? So the next thing is semiconductors diode. So a diode is essentially a PN junction. Okay, so itong PN junction na, rin, na ito na yung pinaka diode natin, ano. So diode. So ang pinaka symbol niyan kung inyong matatandaan is ganyan, yung may arrow. Yan. So ito yung ating P, ito yung sa N. Okay? So ito yung anode na tinatawag dito. And then yung ating N sa cathode. Okay? So ang standard symbol again is an arrow to indicate the directions of the whole current and a bar. Okay? So tatandaan nyo, conventional current is in the directions of the arrow for the flow of whole charge. Okay? So conventional ang tawag dyan. Now, electron flow is the opposite way against the arrow. Okay? So electron flow naman kapag against the arrow. Okay? So tatandaan nyo na current can flow only when positive voltage at the anode with respect to cathode provides forward voltage. Okay, so may current flow lang kapag, for example, yung positive mo na source is connected dito. Yan, so tatandaan nyo yan. So no forward current can flow with the reverse polarity. So kung yung i-reverse naman natin, no forward current can flow. Okay? So tatandaan nyo rin na the practical use of diodes is to serve as one-way bulb. So tatandaan nyo, one-way bulb. And also, the main uses for diodes ay yung mga power supplies. So the main uses is power supply rectifier, rectifier. So ang function niyan is converting AC input to DC. Okay? So next is signal detector. And digital logic gates. Okay, so gamit na gamit itong ating diode sa digital logic gates. Okay, so dito sa ating power supply rectifier, bigyan ko kayo ng example, ano, yung pinaka bridge rectifier, ano, yung 4 diodes as a tinatawag na full wave bridge. Okay, so anong itsura nun? So ito again, ang rectifier is power supply rectifier natin is to convert AC to DC. Okay, so pag yung full wave bridge natin, yung 4 diodes, so full wave, bigyan ko lang kayo ng design ito, no? Full wave bridge rectifier. Okay, so ang itsura niyan is ito yung arrow natin. Tapos dito. Tapos dito din. Tapos yung isa, pa ganyan. Kasi na kayo sa drawing ko. Ayan. Ayan. Full wave. Ganyan ang itsura niya. Naka-diamond, ano. So, alin dyan yung input? Ang input dyan dito is ito. Sa AC natin. Then, ito yung output natin. So, AC ang input. Ang input then yung output natin is magiging ng DC. Okay, so bigyan ko lang din kayo ng pinaka-basic na design nito para mas mabilis nyo matandaan. So, ang gagawin nyo lang is dalawang parallel ano. Ganyan, drawing muna kayo ng ganyan. So, parallel. So, maglagay ka ng arrow dyan para yung nakaturo sa taas. Yan. Ganon din dito. Then, of course, syempre, dahil dyan, yan yung symbol natin. Yan. Okay, so again, ang input is nasa gitna ng AC. Then, yung output is dito yung positive sa taas. Then, yung negative sa baba. Okay? So, yun.